Thanks, guys, for coming back. I appreciate this. Welcome to my channel. No actual title yet, we're getting there. I'm just doing this video by video, and we're just going to make it work the best that we can. Because I'm not technology smart like most people in this day. I don't know. Um, in my last video, as you could see, I should have clipped my microphone on my shirt. Um, I have seen like other people just hold these little tiny microphones, so I didn't realize it was going to make as much noise. Um, but I also like when I watched my video after, I was like, I'm not doing this all over again. Even though the video was not that long, I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. um, Also, that's the purpose of it being authentic. Um, I'm sure in a couple of months down the line, I'll be way better at this. Also, I didn't notice that it was going to show the app that I used to edit my video, which honestly I didn't really edit it much at all. So whatever. Just give me a couple months and I'll figure it out. For now, I'm just going with the flow. This is you seeing me in the beginning stages of like learning YouTube technology, editing videos, and whatnot. Like, I'm just not very good at it. So bear with me if you're looking for like pretty videos. This is not where you're gonna find here. Not yet, anyways. I mean, maybe down the line, but maybe I'll find someone to help me do it. But just not very good at this technology stuff. Trying my best. Um, Anyways, so I had did a poll on Instagram of topics to do like moving forward. So I did three. I did career slash purpose, society, and money. Society and career slash purpose ended up being a tie. So we had, excuse me, we ended up having 10 votes, each of them. So, which was kind of like, oh, okay. Which I was not expecting at all. I kind of thought people would lean more towards like the career slash purpose. Um, I think we had like four votes on the money part, um, which I also kind of was surprised by because I was like, I feel like a lot of people talk about money these days. So I don't know. Money is like a very controversial thing. So either way, these three topics that I had brought up on Instagram, I was like, these are going to be, I think, like my main three topics in my next few videos. Um, yeah. So today, since we were like with a tie with society and career slash purpose, I'm definitely going to go with career slash purpose only because the votes um, were higher first. So, and then maybe the next video we'll do society. But I'm sure like all of these topics kind of like tie into each other somehow. Um, but these are like my favorite things to like talk about, I think, and I think that's why I chose them. Because you can really expand on them a lot, especially like your career slash purpose. And it was actually really someone had commented on the career slash purpose, and someone had said, sorry if I'm saying a lot, and I'm probably not going to edit this, guys. I'm sorry. um, what did he say? He said, what did he say? How important is it? How, I'm not going to go back on my Instagram messages, but he said something along the lines of what people think is more important, your career or your purpose. I think that's along the lines of what he was asking. And I was like, that's actually a good point because those could actually fall under two different categories, career and purpose, because some people think, I, I mean, me personally, which him bringing that to my attention, I was like, oh, actually, career and your purpose is very different actually, and some people live in their career rather than their purpose, and they don't even realize it because they think that their career and what they're striving for and how they make their money is, their purpose, so to speak. I don't know. Some people look at it in different perspectives, I guess. Anywho, um, I really wanted to branch off on that topic because I feel like the root of both of those, of career and purpose, is your environment and where you grew up, what you were around, um, things you were, exposed to as a kid, even a teenager, in school, what you were shown. It's one of those things where you look back as an adult, me being 31 now, I look back and I'm like, wow, no one actually said, um, Chrissy, what do you feel like your purpose is? um, I didn't really resonate with the word purpose until I was about 20, mid 20s, let's just say. It was after I had my daughter, is when I started resonating a little bit more with the word purpose. And like, what am I doing? What is my purpose? And how can I navigate through my career, so to speak, with my purpose at the same time? Because I think people really get your career and your purpose kind of intertwined a little bit and think it's the same, but it's really not. Um, because you can be very miserable in your career, and your career can be, oh, I don't know, I do stuff with technology, computers, whatever, but I feel like my purpose is actually to help the environment. You know what I mean? Because you can be super smart in learning and expanding your knowledge in the environment, but yet your career is technology and you're not really using your purpose like at all. Um, so that's actually a very good thing to like be like, okay, career, purpose. Is my career aligned with what my purpose is? What makes me feel good about me, and what makes me feel, what like ignites these good feelings about myself around other people? That's also something that I was kind of hearing over the last month ish or so, about how your purpose sometimes ignites around different people and you don't realize it, because everyone always just thinks that, like, you have to have like your best friends that you've been best friends with ever, like forever, for I don't know, 10 years, and they're my friends and they're aligned with my purpose, but not necessarily. It's important to build different relationships with other people that ignite your purpose and like different aspects of like who you are or who you want to be, um, which I think has been more of an intentional thing for me as of the last like year ish or so, that I'm like, if this person or this relationship or this work environment doesn't ignite my purpose, doesn't I know it doesn't feel good. And it's you feel like you're wasting your time, which I definitely have felt that, over the last couple of years, that if I'm not being around certain people or putting myself in environments that ignite my purpose, I feel like I'm definitely wasting my time. And we all know wasting your time is not a good feeling. Um, Back to no one ever telling you or being like, hey, what do you feel like your purpose is? Like when you're growing up in school, they're like, what do you want to do? no one says, oh, you can't do this because it doesn't make you money. And I know this is such a cliche topic to talk about, but really think about it. When you're in your 30s, you have a long term relationship with someone, you have children, and you're like, well, you're like, okay, yeah, this thing needs to be making me money, but I feel miserable. Like I don't feel good about myself. I have always felt in my within myself that being around others, whether it be male, female, I've always felt very good about connecting with people on a level where, yes, we can resonate, but we're helping each other learn different things too. Um, I don't always necessarily want to be around people who are interested in the same things as me. I would love to be around people who can teach me things. Um, I think a lot of people still hang on to and cling to friendships that and or relationships, family, whatever it may be, that really don't ignite anything that has to do with who you want to be. And who you want to be is, tied into your purpose. Um, what else? This is also another video that I made notes for, guys. And I was like, yeah, I'm awful with this kind of like being scripted. I feel like I branch more off of things when I have like a specific topic and then I know like where to go. Um, so yeah, career slash purpose. I think career is important and it should definitely align with your purpose, which is who you want to be and who you want to be now. And oh, I was trying to get into something that had nothing to do with career and purpose, and I was trying to go into like astrology, and I'm not like crazy about astrology. I am and I'm not. It's kind of like 50-50. It depends. I don't know. When it comes to like zodiac signs and stuff like that, I don't know. I don't Some people are weird about it. I'm really not that big into it. I mean, I more so look into it because of like my own personal growth, I guess, and kind of doing like self reflection. And maybe if it resonates, maybe if it doesn't. Anyways, we're not going to get into astrology. Moving on. Career slash purpose. What makes you feel good? Purpose, career. When I think of career, I think of just money. What makes you money? Not what makes you happy, not what makes anyone around you happy. Like you really, and not to say that your purpose is easy because it's not. You definitely have to isolate yourself too at some point and figure that stuff out. But when I think of career, I think of someone who's just making money just to make money, for material things or to be in some type of whatever it's called, to be this like stereotype of, oh, I'm a man, I have a family, so I need to be making this amount of money. Or I'm a woman and I need to be making this amount of money because I'm this age with no kids, or I'm this age with kids. Everyone has different perspectives on it. Um, it also goes into the people that you're around have to definitely support your purpose, support your career. If your career makes you happy at some point, obviously continue to pursue it. I think I, I feel that being in your purpose feels way more fulfilling. And maybe because I'm saying that because I have children, I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit different. Um, I always want to help people. Just like with your children, you're always wanting to help them and be the best version of yourself. And it's just a different journey. I think also when you have kids, it feels a little bit different. Um, Having kids, as I said, the word ignites, it potentially can ignite your purpose rather than your career. But some people see it different. You can ignite a different part of you where you're like, oh, I want to progress in my career, um, rather than you see something different. Like you can see the money aspect of having children, or you can see your purpose aspect of having children. It's different. It's all different perspectives. Everyone's journey is different. Me personally, I've definitely felt more of that feeling of my purpose is coming to me when I've had my kids. Definitely when I had my daughter, and now more than ever. And I mean, I don't think it's a coincidence. Now that I have my son and I'm in my 30s, so it ignites something in you that you either notice it or you don't. You either progress towards your purpose and make a career of it, or you just gravitate towards a career, any career, be it something that's, oh, every woman's doing this, so I should do it too, or every man is doing this, so I should do it too, because this is how they're making money for their family. Again, everyone's going through their own different things. I, no judgment. I'm just going through like the circle of things that I've seen, things that I've experienced personally for myself, or friends that I've had that I know that they're going more towards career or they're going towards their purpose. And either one is hard. I'm not saying one is more harder than the other. Being in society, pardon, if you're being in society with a career, it's very hard because you have to suppress a lot of yourself. If you're trying to fulfill your purpose and make a career out of that, you're not suppressing a lot, but I mean, at some point you can, when you're around certain people that just don't really understand your journey or your path, that like fulfilling your purpose can be very lonely, also. Um, Whatever that is, I don't know. In my experience, I've found that fulfilling your purpose and what you want to do and how you want to feel is very lonely and it's hard and it's a lot of discipline. Um, but again, these are all things that I think that people are very familiar with. It's not anything that's out of the norm. If you want to fulfill your purpose, you need to have discipline. If you want to fulfill a career, you also need to have discipline in some sort of way where, you know, you're disciplining yourself to this stigma of whatever society tells you to do. I don't know. Yes and no, I know, but no, I don't know because I don't want to be there. um, I will always put this in my brain that I refuse to live out my life working for somebody else's dream, for somebody else's dream. When you and I have our own dreams, yet we're going to work and put all of our time and effort into somebody else's, that never goes away in my brain, never goes away. I'm like, wow, I'm really about to wake up, get ready, feel beautiful, but I'm gonna go do it for something that has nothing to do with me. Ugh. You decide. I'll see you guys in the next video. Potentially, we'll talk about money. Maybe we'll talk about society. Both very good topics, but I think again, they all intertwine into one another. Um, Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it. Ciao.